In the post-apocalyptic world, survivors not only have to fight against brutal zombies but also face sudden attacks from bandits. These bandits ride motorcycles at high speeds, making them difficult to hit. Roberta heads to the cockpit, urging Sam to speed up because the bandits might catch up again, but Sam seems unnerved.
The bandits will be back! Drive!
Roberta's guess is right. Those bastards came with a plan and it seems like they won't let them go.
Fix me up!
The gunfire is just too chaotic. There are also ambushers on the nearby hillside, but fortunately, Vasquez's sharp shooting sends them to their demise in 2 or 3 shots. Some bandits attempt a roadside ambush but didn't anticipate the gunfire attracting blaster zombies. The motorcycles that attacked them first are catching up again. Murphy is nervous. Aren't they just sitting ducks? The only hope is the guards on the truck, but...
Huddle up, everybody! Get strong!
Luckily, these maniacs don't attack the unarmed. They directly bypass them and surround the sedan ahead.
Pull it over! Pull the car over! We just want the car! Should I pull over?
Hell no!
Pull over! You'll be blaster-proof!
The reason these bandits don't shoot is due to the presence of blaster zombies. They want to steal the car and escape without causing any damage to it. So the guy in the back jumps on the bonnet and the back of the car. The bandit at the back keeps banging on the glass, threatening Doc and others to stop the car. Just then, a figure pounces over. It's Cassandra. Cassandra attacks ferociously like a zombie, blood splattering everywhere. Seeing this, Doc is completely unnerved. This woman was horrible. Would she attack them? Another bandit is nearby, ready to attack at any moment. Doc shouts for Wrecking Ball to jump out of the car. With no one driving, the car gradually stops. The bandit on the hood crawls into the cockpit, slamming the gas pedal and speeding off, not caring about Cassandra still feeding at the back. 10K at the front of the car notices the situation behind and urgently warns the woman to take cover, but she doesn't listen and instead fires her shotgun. However, the bandits realize this operation isn't going smoothly. Capturing the truck is no longer realistic, so they yell to their teammates to leave and abandon the mission, but Sam refuses to give up. That car was modified by him and his son together with an important memorial significance. He directly kicked the throttle to the bottom of the wild chase. Roberta obviously felt the car speed up and the medical car has been pulled away from the distance. She cursed the old man must be sick again.
Marauders stealing in broad daylight.
Hey, you gotta pull over. My people, your people, are falling behind.
Finally, after some persuasion, Sam lets go of his obsession and stops the car. Seeing the dead girl he liked, 10K's heart sank. Why do all his romances end like this? The medical van, left far behind, also stopped because the driver saw Doc, who had jumped out and was at the roadside. Murphy, sitting in the back, felt a bit panicked, sensing that familiar, dangerous aura of his kind again. Stopping the car was definitely a mistake, so he quickly jumped out. Doc and Wrecking Ball, on the roadside, nonchalantly brushed off the dirt from their bodies. The fall had nearly broken them. At that moment, Murphy came running over, looking around. When Murphy looked up, he froze, and his worst fears came true. Doc turned and saw 3 white zombies staring at them. The driver, gun in hand, prepared for action, while Wrecking Ball, in a panic, thought of running away, but Murphy stopped them, saying, "Both of you, don't move, or you'll agitate them." As he spoke, he focused his attention, controlling zombies being his special talent. Murphy, unwilling to give in, raised his hands again, intensifying his telepathic communication. Just then, another zombie appeared on a rock, glaring angrily at Murphy. It was clear to everyone that this new arrival was the king of the zombies. Seeing the dire situation, Addie quickly turned around to start the car.
Almost mad at you, Murphy. To the truck, everybody back to the truck!
Their escape prompted the 3 zombies to charge, and the driver was devoured on the spot. It was an emergency, but the car wouldn't start. Fortunately, it finally did start. They escaped the immediate danger, but Murphy still looked serious because the zombie king was watching him intently. Meanwhile, the truck at the front remained stationary, Sam was instructing his men to handle the bodies of their dead comrades. Sam was still fixated on chasing after the sedan, but Roberta insisted on going back to find their scattered companions.
The water supply is in that car.
She had no say in how they distributed their supplies, but she realized something was off with Sam's behavior and knew she had to find a way back to Murphy and the others. While they discussed, the medical van had caught up. Addie, seeing her companions, finally breathed a sigh of relief.
Those blaster things? They totally jammed Murphy. He haywired. Nobody here is safe.
We'll be rolling directly.
Okay. Cover the medical wagon.
Got it.
Roberta, after coming out, reminded her companions to stay vigilant. Suddenly, 10K noticed something and looked towards an open area nearby. 2 blaster zombies are roaming around. It's scary that they can keep up with the speed of the car. One of the blaster zombies charged into the convoy and lunged at Vasquez, who luckily reacted quickly, avoiding a likely fatal encounter. Roberta's shot didn't hit the zombie's vital spot, only managing to repel it. Strangely, the zombie showed a mocking expression before turning and leaving. Sam also realized it was not safe to stay, abandoning his concern for the sedan and started driving forward. After traveling some distance, he incredulously saw the sedan, previously hijacked by bandits, abandoned by the roadside. 10K aimed his gun, ready to shoot at any sign of trouble, but the person who stood up turned out to be Cassandra. Cassandra looked exhausted and was covered in blood, indicating the bandits were likely dead.
Cassandra? You in there?
Doc also came over. He found Cassandra with a weapon sticking out of her back. Suddenly, Cassandra looked up and saw Murphy in the distance. Her spirits immediately lifted from her previously near-death state. 10K didn't realize where he was losing after all. With the sedan back in his possession, Sam was overjoyed and decided not to let anyone else drive the car again, but this meant no one was available to drive the large truck. Roberta tried to reason with Sam, only to be threatened by him with a gun. Vasquez, however, was already on guard. In the end, Sam had to give in and just tell him to take care of it when he drove it. Just as they were talking, the engine roared to life and Murphy took advantage of their inattention and ran off with Wrecking Ball and Cassandra. They didn't expect him to pull such a move. Without wasting time, the convoy started and pursued forward. Murphy was key to saving the world. In the medical van, Addie was tending to a patient, but she looked up to see 3 blaster zombies pursuing on foot. She urgently called for Roberta and others to prepare.
Warren! We gotta go! Let's pick it up!
Just then, one of the patients died and turned into a zombie. Attacking the person next to them, a man tried to pull the zombie away, but he too met a tragic end. Addie's situation is dire. Not only have the patients in the train car mutated, but blaster zombies are also in hot pursuit. Staying put would mean certain death. The moment Addie stood atop the car, she breathed a sigh of relief. However, before Addie could enjoy her brief respite, the blaster zombies king leapt up onto the car, hissing at her with a provocative glare in his eyes. Addie felt speechless. She could handle regular zombies, but this creature was truly terrifying. Fortunately, 10K noticed the situation behind and quickly brought the 2 vehicles closer, enabling him to jump over and assist. Addie turned back, calling out to the driver to leave with them, but the man seemed indifferent, unwilling to abandon his vehicle. Since he didn't want to go, they couldn't do much about it. King zombies jumped on top of the car just as they left.
Come on, you guys, go, go! Run, kid! Daddy, get out of there! I got this!
Leading the charge, the blaster zombies also hopped onto the truck, followed by the regular zombies crawling over. Doc felt he had spoken too soon.
Come on!
It was unclear whether the zombies king was hit and fell off, but now was not the time to check. Staying united was the priority. The zombies king hadn't fallen off. Instead, he grabbed the side, looking for an opportunity to launch a surprise attack. Moreover, almost all the regular zombies had joined in, driven there by other blaster zombies. Team X felt an increasing pressure. Worse still, they noticed the truck's speed decreasing. If it stopped, it would be a dead end. The blaster zombies also launched an attack, approaching at an incredibly fast pace. A woman hiding in the sedan's cockpit was discovered and killed on the spot. Roberta instructed the team to hold their ground while she headed to the cockpit. The truck was slowing down due to obstacles on the road ahead. Roberta opened the door and sat in the driver's seat. Thus, the truck accelerated once again, heading straight for the obstacles. But what's incredible is that it's the blaster zombies that are blocking the way. A zombie lit a fire and began celebrating, but they didn't anticipate the vehicle not only not stopping but also speeding through.
We made it!
Never a doubt.
The vehicle sped away, leaving the blaster zombies in utter confusion. Sam was still immersed in the recent thrill, but Roberta's expression changed upon seeing the overwhelming number of zombies in the rearview mirror. The speed of the blaster zombies was particularly hard to handle. Roberta tries to talk Sam into jumping out of the car, but Sam is adamant and insists on driving to Edmonton. In reality, he had been infected by radiation and didn't have long to live. Sam's only wish was to reach Edmonton, a place where he once went fishing and vacationing with his son. Roberta tries to talk her way out of it, but King Zombies is already on the bonnet, looking at them menacingly. The Zombies King was unlucky, getting caught in the tires and turned into a pile of flesh, but the crisis was far from over. Roberta quickly decided to honk the horn, signaling her teammates to adopt the last resort. Jumping from the truck, the other members were afraid, given the high speed, but the zombies were less than 2 meters away from them. Thus, Sam continued to drive the truck at high speed with a horde of zombies. One zombie had reached the cockpit, banging its head against the glass. Fortunately, the place where Roberta and others landed after jumping was grassy, causing only minor bruises. Sam wasn't so lucky. The zombies opened the truck door, and he became their feast. The body pressed on the steering wheel, the horn sound spreading in all directions. Team X heard it and understood what it signified. For the rest of the way, they'd have to go on foot. Their pressing concern was the whereabouts of Murphy. Addie suggested they head to Appalachia, as Wrecking Ball had mentioned a genetic lab there that cultivated various foods and even had a cure for the zombie virus. As they walk, they see the medevac parked on the side of the road and wonder what happened to the driver. It seemed unlikely that anyone on the vehicle had survived. Suddenly, an explosion sounded nearby, and thick smoke rose into the sky, undoubtedly caused by the truck's crash. They couldn't help but feel saddened by the many lives lost on this road. The only consolation was that the medical vehicle's front hadn't been damaged and could still transport them, sparing them the pain of walking. And Murphy, just as they had guessed, was being taken by Wrecking Ball to Appalachia. Murphy was unaware that besides Team X, there was another person also searching for him. That person is Serena, who Murphy had a relationship with. After the demise of the Sisterhood of Charity, Serena had been searching for the father of her child. Whenever Serena lost her way,
Which way is Daddy?